Hi, I'm balding. Nice to meet you. My name is Balding. I mean Jess. I'm balding. Not really, but also very rarely. Very rarely and very seriously. God forbid I want to live my soft life. I want to live my soft girl life. I want to live a life of ease and convenience and treat myself and get my hair done. All of 2023 and 2022 and 2021, I did my own hair. Not because I wanted to, not out of willingness and because I love myself and I think I have super great braiding skills and I'm just the best thing at everything ever, but because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford to get my hair done, so I would do my own hair. It wasn't great, but it sufficed. I genuinely despise the process, but it saved me money. Towards the end of 2023, right before Christmas, I decide, you know what? I'm gonna get my hair done from now on. I'm gonna shell out the money. It's not that much money. Whatever, $200 and sitting down for 6 hours to get your hair done versus like $30 on braiding hair and then having to sit for 12 hours. Obviously, I've only gotten my hair done twice back to back. Granted, back to back, and you really shouldn't do that, but I don't like, whatever. I don't let my hair breathe, even though I really should have. I went to the shops twice. I went once in December and then once in February. Twice! And 2 days ago, I'm taking out my hair and then I'm feeling around the left side near my temples, my edges, and I'm thinking, it's feeling real sparse here. I go to the bathroom to check and I have a full-on bald spot. I have a bald spot. Like, it's quite undeniably a bald spot. It's a bald spot. Like, those women snatched my they snatched my edges out. They did. And I should have known. This last install that I had like those white bulbs. There's like an actual technical term for it. Like, I'll put it on the screen. But I had those white bulbs all around my hairline, and I was like, oh my god, like, I have had these before, but there's so many this time. They snatched my hair. They snatched my hair out. Not only do those women braid every perimeter of your hair, but they do it so tightly. And then they put gobs and gobs of product in your. So I'm balding. I guess this is coming in at a good time, because I'm doing my hair myself this time. And I did walk over to my beauty supply store across the street and pick up some miel rosemary oil. I did. I was contemplating minoxidil, but then I was like, that seems a little bit extreme. And this is stupid, but I genuinely thought that like I was kind of absolved of all that. I would see people with traction alopecia, and I was like, that sucks, but couldn't be me because I have such dense and thick hair. I have a lot of hair. And I thought that could never be me. You can't really see it. Oh no, yes you can. Like, it's right. Oh. Every time I have the disservice of sitting down and doing my own hair, I'm hours into the process, I'm tired, I'm sleep deprived, I'm hungry, I'm somehow, it's wee hours into the night, I'm somehow sweating, I'm sweating from my armpits despite virtually staying still. I'm really not moving that much. My nether regions have become a Dutch oven due to how hot it is getting, due to me sitting with my legs crossed for like 10 hours on end. I enter a very like pensive and introspective mood on beauty standards and why am I doing this? Why do I feel the need to do this? Why am I up at like 3:30 in the morning doing my own hair? Why do I feel the need to have my hair done? What is having your hair done? Why do I feel the need to play into respectability politics and dress up this horrid meat sack that I call my body just to make not only myself feel good, but others around me feel good? I saw a TikTok forever ago saying that like when you're hour 6 into doing your hair and then you know, enter this like state of black girl existential dread just because you've been doing the same action over and over and over again. And that's like very much what it is. It does happen to be maintenance weekend. I do this about once a month just to freshen up, make myself feel like a girl again, make myself feel like I am put together, like I am like actually a functioning member of society. So I thought I'd show you what I do, but more importantly, like ramble and ramble and ramble and talk and talk and talk and talk and flap my jaw and yap and yap and yap. This is my channel, this is my world, you're all just living in it. So today we're gonna be doing goddess braids. Is this parting decent? How's my parting? I'm genuinely kind of like scared because I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I love goddess braids, but I don't really know how to do them. What I want to do is I want to use this hair for the ends. Oh boy, where do we even start? I think that everything, or most of everything that I do on the superficial manner. So the way I present myself, the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I dress, the way I do my hair, the way I do my nails, whatever. The way I present this, like this sack of flesh, most of the time is to be more feminine. I talked about it in the episode of my podcast that is not a podcast. But last year I started having more thoughts about my femininity, which caused me to experiment with my femininity, but in an entirely superficial way. I wanted to feel more feminine on the outside, so I started wearing skirts more. I started experimenting with my makeup more. I had my hair always done. I started getting my nails done. That definitely made me feel more feminine until it didn't, and it all felt to be like a little bit too much. Instead of being a young woman, it felt more of a caricature. It didn't feel wrong, but it didn't feel right, so I kind of just like took a step back altogether. It really didn't involve anything intentional. I just started wearing like pants more, and I stopped getting my nails done primarily because I couldn't afford it. I don't know, I kind of felt like a kid in her mom's heels, or like a caricature of what a woman was supposed to look like instead of what a woman actually is. But at least once a day I think about femininity, but not also what it means to me, but like what it means to anyone. Like, what does it mean to you? I grew up as a tomboy and I absolutely loved it. It felt right to me. I, for the most part, kind of like really rejected being a girly girl or being feminine, even though at the time I truly did not know like what that meant to me. I didn't have a definition, nor did I really even care. As a woman navigating a very confusing web of societal expectations, but also personal identity, I found myself not only like thinking about femininity more, this elusive like thing of femininity, but like also what it is. I see it as like a concept that lies on two ends of the spectrum. On one hand, it's like this intangible essence that anybody can embody, but then on the other hand, it's something that's like very concrete, very recognizable, because femininity has such like a clear picture, and a lot of the times femininity is synonymous with just prettiness and attractiveness. On one hand, intangible, almost essence, like very much like perception based, to where it's a blend of characteristics and behaviors and like perceived ideas. But then on the other hand, it's like very concrete, very easily identifiable and distinguishable, because it's like a thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's a way that a person looks. Femininity to me was something that is perceived to be like a very multifaceted essence, and it includes having characteristics like being very warm and nurturing and caring, and also just like sweet and empathetic, but also like very sensitive and sensible. First of all, that to me sounds a lot like a mother. Like, I think those qualities are very like, sound like they're supposed to be maternal, which this is definitely just me projecting, but I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. I don't know why. Like, something about that feels like very like stereotypical, like one-dimensional. But what I know is that femininity is something that transcends these gender boundaries, right? Yes. But despite this inclusive nature that femininity has, it heavily requires on physical or outward appearance, meaning that if you look feminine, so adhering to society's beauty standards, long hair, thin body, soft features, then you are feminine. Obviously this is very problematic, but it also reduces femininity down to some superficial facade. Like, and this is also where like desirability and attractiveness come into play, because that perspective enables the notion that femininity does not even come into play if you're not attractive, like deemed attractive and possessive. But then it's like very cyclical, because you are not deemed attractive or desirable if you do not have those societally like feminine features. It's like let's start there. Once again, not right. Completely just overlooks and kind of negates the complexity of a person's character and identity. And if your definition of femininity lies among something that's primarily superficial, that's just something to think about. Just some food for thought. Ran out of nail glue. I have to wait till tomorrow morning. I've been braiding though. I'm UK. It looks like a bunch of nothing. See? There's a braid in there. This is the worst install I've ever done. Ever. Literally ever. There's so many like blunt pieces, and then blending like the braiding hair with like the silkier body wave. Like, it's just not going well for me. It could look worse, but it also definitely could look better. Yeah, it looks like dog shit. Anyway, I have more to say. So like I mentioned, I try not to make a lot of the things that I talk about male-centered. I just posted a YouTube video about like male celebrities, and like men have already found it and they're pissy and mad at me, and my comments won't even DM'd me. But what I find so not even interesting, kind of like disheartening and really annoying, is the fact that, like I mentioned before, femininity is a notion that a lot of the time, culturally, historically, sociologically, it has to be confirmed and validated by men. Obviously, this reinforces the fact that femininity is a performance for others, but remember the spectrum that I mentioned earlier, to where femininity is like this intangible essence, it's like perceivable but not concrete, to the other side of the spectrum where femininity is a very concrete, distinguishable, describable set of characteristics, attributes, qualities, but also like external, like, you know, qualities and like appearances, long hair, slim, this or that. And I think like the performance aspect of it definitely exists on this side of the spectrum. It's needless to say, this is very suffocating and restrictive, but it's also kind of bonkers, because femininity is now placed into the hands to be dictated and dissected by people who don't even really possess it. Even just like removing the idea of like possessing it, or like you have to be feminine or like possess feminine qualities to know what femininity is, who don't even understand it, its nuances, femininity, girlhood, womanhood, this, that, blase, squaze. Like, genuinely, I don't know what it means to be a man. I really don't know what masculinity means to me, because I'm not a man. I don't see how anybody, parentheses, man, could even try to tell me that they understand femininity and its nuances. Like, genuinely, I'd love to hear it. As a black woman, I think the conversation just becomes like 10 times more nuanced and like 100 times more multifaceted, because it matters. Historically, black women and women of color, but I'm gonna speak on my black ass business, I don't know anyone else's business, have been not only hyper masculinized, but like deemed not as feminine by very harsh and one-dimensional stereotypes. When I think about that, and I think about what it means as a woman of color, as a black woman, to kind of reestablish, re-identify, reinforce my femininity, that's where the performance aspect comes into play. Because I'm not doing all of that because I don't feel feminine. Like, I know I'm a woman. Once again, I'm not trying to sound turfy. I know what I identify as. I know I'm a woman. I don't necessarily need to prove it to anybody. but then I do. I do. I do. I do. I'm not gonna fake the funk. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. I absolutely do. Obviously. Why do you think I'm doing this? Why does it? Well, I just need my hair done. But I think the more I think about it, femininity to me definitely lies on the scale that we mentioned, that I keep mentioning and referencing, as a more intangible essence. But I see it as more so rooted in characteristics like resilience, like intelligence, like confidence, but confidence that's like all encompassing, confidence that like doesn't have, or like doesn't exist on the foundation of like what you look like. But also sometimes femininity for me looks like playing the part. Like it definitely looks like it definitely involves the performance aspect. Like it looks like looking like a girl, playing into desirability politics and like respectability politics, looking the part. And I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna deny that for a second. I'm not very quickly revisiting the tomboy conversation. I think growing up, masculinity was always something that I more so, I don't want to say identified with, but I guess like felt more comfortable or maybe aligned with just a little bit more, because it's perceived to be something that's a lot more inward and like self-centered, while femininity is all about the outside. It's quite almost like, to most people, exclusively what the subject looks like on the outside. Masculinity is kind of like the opposite of that. These things are more important because it doesn't matter what a man looks like, right? Seemingly. I know that's not true, okay? I know lookism and like all the isms and like what a person looks like, how pretty they are, how attractive they are, how desirable they are, matters for every single person. And it matters and is, you know, gonna affect how society deems you and how society treats you. I understand that. Everyone possesses masculine and feminine energy. I think I'm just trying to figure out how those can coexist within me comfortably. And so it doesn't feel like I'm like a Barbie doll putting on like a dress, and I don't feel like bad, but I also don't want to feel like I'm like you know, trying to be too masculine, because I don't identify with masculinity like at all really. So like, why on earth would I try to oh, my neck is greasy. Oh, genuinely, I am so bad at this style. If my hair comes out looking even remotely good, I will be so surprised. Like genuinely. I'm not even like trying to be humble right now. I genuinely regret doing this, and I have no hope in doing it. Like no hope. I think this is gonna be the ugliest style I've ever done in my entire life. So while we're doing hair, let's talk about hair. I am what people call a lazy natural. Despite liking having my hair done at all times, like don't get me wrong, I love it, I hate doing my hair. I was not meant to wake up every single day and do my hair. I remember like not too long ago, I wrote in a journal entry that my life is like a shake and go wig. What does that mean? Like actually genuinely, what does that mean? I don't know. I think growing up my hair was just always in braids, so I think this definitely like furthered and enabled my complete and utter disdain for doing my hair. Like I like to think of like getting my hair done as like a lump sum. Like I will invest any amount of time in it necessary within a reasonable scope, and then once it's done, it's done. Like I'm not doing it. I don't do my edges. I'll put it in a bun, I'll put it in a ponytail, maybe I'll do like a little style, but like once my hair is done, it's done. And for the next 5 weeks, 4 weeks minimum. But I say all this to say that when it comes to natural hair, unfortunately, I don't feel connected to my natural hair anymore. And it's weird. It's strange. Last summer, I remember I was going like back and forth with doing my hair, and I had a lot of work at the time. And I remember I was taking out my braids one time, and I like genuinely did not have enough time to do my hair again in the meantime, because I had work the next day, if I'm making any sense. And so I was like, you know what, like who cares? Like, I'm just gonna wear my natural hair. It was very humid outside, which wasn't ideal, but I was like, I'm just gonna wear my natural hair for like 3 to 5 days, like whatever, give my hair a break. I couldn't even last 3 days. I didn't feel like myself. I felt so, and I also don't say the U word, but I felt so not cute. Like, it was such a trip. I didn't feel like me. I felt very out of place. I felt, also the reactions that I got at work, like, were so, it's just so like, oh my god, like new hair. I don't know what it is. I think it's, I look a little bit younger with my natural hair. Like, I remember I was like getting home from work. It's also just like obviously an attention grabber when someone has big full hair, right? Obviously, like, it's like, you know, I don't fault people for like staring at me or whatever, but I remember I was getting home from work one night, like I was waiting at 34th, and this guy took a picture of me, like a literal picture, and he took it like really quickly, and then he just like kind of like power walked away. 12:30, I remember leaning and just being like, I don't care, I don't care. It feels too much of a spectacle. I couldn't even last 5 days, which is so crazy because in high school I used to wear my hair out all the time. Please let me know if this sounds insane, but somehow I see braids as a hairstyle that's both Afrocentric and Eurocentric. Obviously it's a lot more Afrocentric, but I see it as something that like embodies both standards, or like it's palatable by both standards. It's Afrocentric because the hair is taking form into like tens and tens and tens of like small like plaits, right? Like kanekalon is being woven in. Braids are also a hairstyle that like usually, well, not even usually, like historically, physically, literally, only like curly slash coily hair can withstand. Like sometimes even like looser textures cannot take braids. Like even like black women or people with curly hair with looser curls, they still have natural hair, they still have curly hair. Their hair cannot even, like, sometimes the hair is even like too soft and like it slips out. I think mainly like perception based, like a little bit physically, because the hair like lays down, it like takes the form, like it looks like long hair. You can put up in a ponytail, like you can put it in like little styles, whatever. It's long, the braids can sway, mimic, you know what I'm trying to say. I think it's a hairstyle that a lot of the times society deems as presentable and like sometimes even like beautiful and blah 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 blah, rather than just acceptable. It's literally just the word acceptable, but rather than it being some covert political statement. If I were to wear like an afro every single day, or just to wear my natural hair out every single day, I think it's definitely something that I use to blend in and conform to Eurocentric beauty standards and respectability politics and texturism and lookism and colorism. Oh, it is genuinely unbelievable how much time of my life is spent on hair. I genuinely think that when I die and you total it up, like 20% of my life will have been spent thinking about hair, doing my hair, worrying about hair, planning some life event, something around my hair. I plan like events and days around wash day because I know for a fact I'll be out of commission. Even like getting my hair done, I know I'm gonna be in the shop for at least 5 hours. I'm not even gonna lie, I was genuinely kind of flabbergasted when I saw people with straight hair using the word wash day. Hey, how was that a day for you, babe? Like, I am kind of mad about it. I do know that like women as a whole plan days that they wash their hair, and I think for like white women or people with straight hair, it's like because your hair gets greasy or something, so you want like fresh hair but it can't be too fresh, so it's like day 2 hair or something like that. I don't know. Holistically, as women, we plan like around when we wash our hair, when we do our hair. But the term wash day was made because if you have natural hair, it truly takes an entire day to wash your hair. The girls detangle, they pre-poo, they wash, they condition, they detangle again, they deep condition. You and I are not the same. You doing your little ACV rinse and then like a hair mask for 15 minutes is not the same thing. I just don't understand using the term wash day when you're basically conquering something that is the texture of wet spaghetti. I genuinely don't get it. It's such a strange duality, because like, as concerned as I am, I'm also not concerned. Like, I don't really care. Like, well, that's not true, because I do care. Like, I was about to say that my hair doesn't really mean that much to me, like the length, the density, the this, the that, the texture, the whatever, but it does. When I was in college my last year, my 2 close friends shaved their heads. I think that like, it's something that every woman should do, and I hope I get to do it like one day. Like, I hope I have enough balls to do it one day. I think it's gonna be when I'm older, but I thought about it, and genuinely, like, you couldn't pay me to shave my head. And like, do I love my hair? Like, am I super? No, but the things that shaving my head would do to my gender, oh. And also, I feel like you need like a mean face card to have a bald head. My face card does in fact decline at times. Yes, my hair is something that I think defines my femininity, and like, I am definitely aware of how it impacts the way that I'm treated, and I can't let go of it. But I also don't care about it. Like, I don't care about my hair. I can't tell whether or not this is going to look like decent, like it's gonna look fine, or it's gonna look bad. But I'd kind of rather it look bad than decent. It would look bad and someone would be like, oh, I see what you were going for, but like, maybe that looks bad, than for it to look like, oh, it's fine. To be honest, I was not, and generally am not, a person who is super riddled with insecurities. I think things really changed for me when I turned 18, and I kind of like left my ugly duckling phase a little bit. I was definitely insecure before the age of 18. I hated every aspect of myself. I was like very relentlessly bullied. When I turned 18, I started growing into my looks a little bit more, my features a little bit more, and that's when I became comfortable, but more so just like content with myself. Admittedly, that is also when I started receiving more male attention. What is it about 18? Oh, people like kids. Never mind. I had so much sauce when I was 18 years old, baby. 18-year-old me had got so many bitches, so much play. That's crazy. I'm here, tweet boy. Yeah. I cannot say the same. I cannot say that. Anyway, I kind of reached a state of nirvana, but it was more so just like kind of complete neutrality and like indifference about the way that I looked. Like, most of the time I wouldn't love it, I wouldn't hate it. I said it in the podcast episode, but like, compliments would have the exact same effect on me that like insults or criticism did. 'Cause like, I genuinely kind of like, I would kind of really just let everything roll off my back, and I think that is like kind of one of the best mindsets to have, until semi-recently. This is going to sound crazy, but do you want to know what the culprit is? It's K-pop. I think when I discovered K-pop girl groups and just observed and noticed how much outward appearance is dependent on these women's careers, and like, if they literally gain 5 pounds, if they bloat, if they look different, if they look, on the opposite side, if they look better, if you get work done, if you lose weight, if you restrict your diet, it can have beneficial but also detrimental effects to a woman's career, to the idol's career. It kind of sent me into a spiral. Like, I kind of developed brain rot almost. Like, not only do these women try to remain as thin and like as beautiful as possible, but K-pop fans or netizens develop these terms that are like so strange and like so look-smacksy, that like are dependent on like face and body and this and that and like Eastern but also Western beauty standards, but are also just like so minute and like truly don't matter. They're like they're things that you and I would never notice about someone ever. Like the term proportions, which like you may have heard that term in relation to like clothes and like the proportions of your outfit, but this like proportions, when like K-pop fans say proportions, they mean like body proportions, which is like it's not even how thin you are, and it's not even about how tall you are, it's about how thin and tall you look. So it's like the length of your torso, and it's like the length of your legs, and how all of that is proportional. But it's also like the width of your shoulders and its relation and size to the, like, you know, the size of your waist, because you can have a big bulky waist, like, obviously. All of this together makes you look like a, not only do you look like, obviously, like, you look like a very slender person, but you're supposed to look very proportionate, like, even like neck length. Like, you're supposed to look kind of like a doll, like when someone, when K-pop fans say like, oh, she's short but she has good proportions, it just kind of like means that she just looks taller than she is, or something like that. Like, or her body, she has a nice body, like, good. It's all about like ratios, and it's very, very, very strange. Or even like having a long mid face, or like having like a small or short face altogether. And it's like, not only is it netizens who are like now kind of like pushing these stupid like terms and standards, but it's like I've been seeing random ass like East Asian girls being like, oh, and I'm not faulting anyone, but like they'll dissect a K-pop idol's like change in like makeup or something or whatever, and then they'll be like, oh, so and so, this makeup style works best for so and so because she has a long mid face, which, and they never say it, but it's like implied that it's like, womp womp, that isn't attractive, so this is the way that this K-pop idol utilizes makeup to fix it. And then you have like so many people commenting in the comments, like minor 17-year-olds being like, first of all, what the fuck is a long mid face? But second of all, I think I have a long mid face. Am I ugly? Does that make me ugly? And how can I fix it? These things didn't affect me at first. I actually found it all to be quite fascinating, but I think it's like impossible to not internalize it all to some extent. I also started filming TikToks and like just more short form content in general. A lot of them were like hauls and just like getting dressed and fashion related altogether, where I would change it to something, obviously not on camera, but I would have a camera, I would change, and I would edit it out, of course. I started observing my body in ways that were like insane, like so detrimental. Hey, shouldn't have done that. I would film myself, I would edit myself, I would go back and like watch that footage, and I would cut and I would watch it, and I, you know, like it was all involuntary, but I was like examining and observing my body, literally in angles and like ways, and contorting and bending down and standing up and doing this in ways that I don't want to say this gave me a bunch of new insecurities, but it definitely had me picking myself apart in ways that like I just did not do previously. Genuinely, I would love to meet a woman who has not had body image issues. As women, we fixate on these tiny things, and we like convince ourselves that I just need to fix this one thing and I promise it'll make such a big difference. Everyone will notice, I'll be like beautiful, I'll like glow, I'll like everyone will be able to tell, even though it's so small. No one will be able to tell. I really am not into K-pop anymore. Like, I wasn't even into it, like, you know, when it was 2019 and like I was a college student, and I was like in the worst depression of my entire life. Like okay, so something really shady. I saw this tweet saying something along the lines of like, stan culture preys on people who are like kind of losers, like who kind of have nothing going on in their life. And I will never dog on a stan, and I think that like standing something can bring someone like so much happiness and community, and it's the way that like young people find themselves, but also like find their communities and their circles amongst a digital landscape. And I will never dog on stans, but we can get into it. But I also kind of do believe that, because like I think to be fully so invested in a group or like a person or like a creator or whatever, to the point where like you're spending like external time on it, rather than like just watching content. Like when I was in my K-pop phase, I went as far as like buying an album. Like I think spending money on something is like when you're actually like, it's just that is kind of crazy to me. Like I literally bought a whole like BTS like Love Yourself album, and then like even like 6 months after, when I realized I did not at all touch that one thing, and it was just like kind of to be involved in like the mass hysteria of unboxing an album and like kind of having an album, I didn't even like play that damn CD. So then I went and I was like, what am I doing with this thing? And then I sold it. I could talk about stands and stuff, like whatever. Yeah, I was just like picking apart these like new little minute insecurities, but also ones that always existed. I think my mom told me this, to like never tell people your insecurities, because you're kind of like not projecting it onto them, but you're kind of like letting them in on something that they probably haven't even noticed. And it's not like these people are going to use it against you, but it's just better to keep it amongst yourself. But I'm gonna share my insecurities because I don't care. I am the most insecure about my teeth / my overbite. You could have given 12-year-old me anything in the world, I would have just asked for braces. Like the way I wanted braces so bad when I was younger, and my family obviously could not afford them. And I love my friends, but my friends always try to like validate me by being like, oh no, like I love your gap, like I love your gap. Babe, I don't have a gap, I have gaps. I have chiclet teeth, I do. And while I think it's super cute and charming and like whatever on other people, I hate them on me, okay? I hate it, I absolutely hate it. Also, when I was 9, I was like a freak as a child, and I sucked my thumb from the ages of 9 to 12. And so I have an overbite. It's really not that noticeable, and it's not that, it's like pretty tame, but I've been editing and myself a lot more lately. And I'll be looking at my mouth and I'm like, maybe I can see that I can see the overbite, okay? I can see it. 2023, I came to the decision that I have a round face. I always thought I had a square face because like obviously the person that you see in the mirror and the person that's like real is not the same. I always thought my face was square. I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because like my jawline is like okay, like decent. Like I don't have like a super soft jaw. But I thought I had a square face also because my face is like smaller and like shorter, like there's not that much surface area. I have a round face, totally. And it makes sense because like in the mirror, I'd always be like I'd be super stressed and I'd be giving Bella Hadid. And then when anyone would take a picture of me ever, I would look so round and doughy and not a single sharp feature on my face, like at all. And I'd be like, what the heck? Why do I look? It makes sense. Babe, you have a round face. And that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I've made peace with it. I think it's cute and I'm gonna look super young when I'm older. I like you freaks. But there are some days when I'm like, I see someone with like a super just like chiseled face, like harder features, more defined features, or like really, like I have high cheekbones, but they're kind of offset by a round face. Which, whatever. Like if you catch me on an off day and I'm looking at a picture of Bella Hadid, I'm gonna be like, I'm crazy, I'm fucking crazy. The most recent one is I'm insecure about how short my neck and my fingers are. I'm a decent height, I'm 5'6", but I have very like short and stumpy extremities, which like, dang it, damn it. I have more. I'm gonna stop it right there though, because I feel like it's never productive to like self-deprecate or like talk bad about yourself, or you know, point out the things that you don't like about yourself. But I will say I do love my nose. The day that I start to like hate or like pick out or think about my nose in a bad way, like ethnic rhinoplasty, all of that nonsense, I'm genuinely logging out. Like I'm genuinely logging out and I'm going to go live in the woods. Like I'm done. But also my body. Everyone hates their body though, right? Like I hate my body. Oh, I hate my body. Like I'm like the thought of seeing my naked. The thought of seeing my naked. I think as someone who just like kind of at their core doesn't care, like I will always win, that I don't give a fuck, or like I put in an Instagram post that like my goal for this year and for forever, for the rest of my life, is like relinquishing apathy, because I think I've truly flown far too close to the sun. But like I don't care. Like, I don't care enough. Like, I think the good thing is that my looks never plague me long enough or deeply enough for me to care. I think that confidence, but also like the apathy about my looks in general, comes from the fact that, first of all, I have so much that I want to do in this life. I have so much that I want to achieve. Are some of those goals dependent and like impacted by my looks? Yes, which sucks and I hate that, but whatever. There's just like, I'm trying to make so many meaningful like connections with people. I'm trying to live life to the fullest. I'm trying to travel. I'm trying to make strides in my career. I'm trying to get this money. Where's I'm gonna get this money? And I've spent 24 years in a skin bag, and I love it. Most days. Some days I'm over it. Like I'm genuinely over myself, and I don't look at myself and like you're disgusting, you're stupid. Like, I don't want to. Can we get back to this hair, please? Let's get back to this hair, please. Let's get back to this hair. This is gonna take me forever. So I'm done. And it's not bad, but it's not good. I finished. I'm done. I'm going to sleep. No, this actually looks like dog shit. Like, this actually looks like dog shit. Like, this actually... No, because unfortunately, I do have to say that this actually looks like dog shit, and this is, I'm not even kidding, the worst install I've ever done in my entire life. And also, I said I was done, but then I forgot I had one more braid. And okay, like, you may think I'm joking, and you're like, you're tweaking, it's literally fine. And maybe it'll be fine, maybe it just needs to marinate. But one thing, okay, so for, oh my god, I just spent the last like 3 days doing my hair for it to look like literal dog shit. Like, wow, yay, clap, 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 everybody clap, like you should be clapping. After going to a professional, I forgot how like I could never, first of all, hairdressing is an art, there's a science. I call it like black girl science. Like, there is an art. First of all, like, oh my god, okay, the thing is like, I know where I went wrong, and I'm not even that mad. I'm going to consider this a learning experience, because now I know for a fact I can never do goddess braids on myself, ever, literally ever. Like, a lot of these braids have like different sizes and textures, like, oh no, I just didn't lock in for this one. Like, I did not lock in. Like, these braids look terrible. I'm taking it out. I've never done this before in my entire life. I'm taking this out. Now, why are these braids bumpy? Do you see this raise? Why is there like a literal hump? Why? Well, this looks fine. I mean, no, this looks fine. We can work with this. What's so bad about this, Jess? No! Oh! Wait. Face. The face doesn't even give through the camera. Like, cash, credit card, or face. Oh, I'm paying that with face, please. I'll be hang on. Hang on. Sorry. Thank you. Purchase. Yes. Transaction approved. Thank you. It truly looks fine. It's giving like bombshell. It's giving like. Why did I just jump? It's literally fine. Now, could the braiding be better? Well, yes. It literally looks so good. Oh my god. So good as a stretch. It's giving. So basically, Your Honor, it's giving, are you saying, you better not be saying right cunt when I'm talking to you, like, yeah. I bought a bunch of these little nail stickers. I am, like, very hesitant to even show the background and show my dresser and my, genuinely, it's like my room can't stay clean, and like, but that's just real, right? I'm just real. I'm real. So we're either gonna be doing like a bright cherry, like tomato red, something like that, or maybe just go like a little bit deeper, a little bit more like sensual. Yes, camera. Yes, that's what I paid $400 for. Like, you better work. Since it is spring, it's spring. But I also feel like since it's spring, then I should go dark, because the time to go dark is like, we're gonna go dark. We're gonna do the darker red. Golly, this is huge. Literally, whose pinky is this big? Like, genuinely, I think you just press down. Oh, also, this is my big old box of stuff. We're gonna bring out some clear nail stuff. I think, like most people, I found and like derived my definition and sense of femininity and like what it means to be put together as a woman from my mother. And one thing about my mom is that woman is like, you will never catch her slipping, genuinely. Like, I don't know if it's an immigrant parent. Oh my gosh. sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Within our little community and stuff, she was literally known for always looking good. One thing she had all the time was her nails done. She would have like either a dark red or like a dark purple or like a shimmery nude, and she has naturally very long and like strong nails. So it always looked like they were acrylic or something like that, but it never was, because she was just blessed like that. Okay, whatever, that's truly good enough. So I always considered having your nails done to be, for lack of better terms, like make someone peak girl. But nails are also so expensive. Like, they're so expensive. Like, doesn't that look insane? That literally just looks insane. Well, I crumble completely when you cry. It seems like once again. There we go. That's not even half bad. Not bad. Could definitely, hey guys, be worse. I'm not doing gel. If I'm doing gel X or acrylics, I like to have longer nails, because everyone knows having like a longer, more like pointed nail, sometimes I get almond or round, is like such a cheat code to making your hands look longer than they are. And now for my secret trick. Oh my god, these are gonna look so, like, they look bad, but it's gonna look so cute. I'm just gonna put these on. That's just what I'm there. I'm like, ow! That's genuinely so hot. Ow! Ow! Oh, okay. Wow. From here, they look decent. I will not, however, be like flipping the, like, I will not be flipping the camera and showing you, you know, like from the other angle. Let's just keep it like this. Let's stay playful together. So I am not at all confident in what I'm about to do, at all. She's waxing, y'all. She has fully gone off the deep end, insane, recession core. We're DIYing quite literally everything, ladies, even if it looks bad. I'm scared. I got this entire kit and everything off of Amazon. Hey, I can already tell you, this wax is like terrible, like literally terrible quality. I practiced beforehand. I'm gonna be waxing my chin and my pitties. I remember being 18 and then my mom had like gnarly chin hair, and then I'd point out her gnarly chin hair, and then she'd be like, well, you know, you're gonna get chin hair too. Like your grandmother has it, I have it. It's literally like genetic. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Hey. Hey, yes you are, babe. Oh, hey, guess what? That's chin. Well, that's hair on your chin. So if you hate women and you hate body hair and you think it's disgusting and you think I smell like a pound of fresh clams, great, that's totally awesome. Please skip, I'm about to show you my armpit hair. This is what we're working with. Oh my god, it's my face. Like, my face is like literally like my money maker. Like, what? Ooh, 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 I'm doing it. Pull the skin taut. Ah, that doesn't even hurt. Ow! 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 Ah! First of all, this looks like it came off of my labia minora. I feel like this application is too thick. Oh, that's kind of perfect. Wait. This is kind of perfect. Look at that. That's so good. Book with me. Bookings. DM to book in my bio. Oh, wow. Oh! Okay. Lovely. There is a little batch of hairs that just, it's on the side. They just don't want to go. Let me tell you something right now, baby. You're leaving. You're leaving. What did Biggie say? I promise you, you're leaving. Look at how clean that is. I'm the goat, bro. Like, I'm low-key the goat. Ow! Ah! Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Step 2, baby powder because you don't want any moisture on the area. It kind of looks like some of y'all are familiar with that, huh? Ah! What am I doing? Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, this is gonna hurt really badly, actually. Oh, this is not gonna feel good or nice. Come off now. Get off me. Ah! It's a good thing I did sections. If I had to, oh my god, I'm seeing stars. I'm literally seeing stars. Okay. Get off. Ah! This is really fun. Okay, so I accidentally created a little like mound of wax here that has now dried, and it does in fact look like a penis. So this application might just be worse than the other one, because genuinely, how? Ugh. Oh, this is my best piece. This is like the best application wise. Ah! It's literally off. It's literally all off. Look at that. Look at it. Feels like a little rug. Like it feels like a rug, but of me. That was awesome. I took a shower, and everything shower at that. I just got this new bar soap from the place across the street, the 99-cent store that has absolutely nothing for 99 cents. And I found this Dettol that smells amazing. I also use this Naturium one. I've been using it for a while. Can't say I see any results, but I wanted it to get rid of like the little like childhood scars and spots on my legs. Whatever. I used to have really bad acne. I would call it mild to moderate, but there were times when genuinely my skin was the bane of my existence. Thankfully, due to modern medicine and science, and truly something that I will consider to be a lifesaver called tretinoin, I don't really have skin issues anymore. And it feels kind of like privilege. Like I feel like it's such a privilege to not only have clear skin, like maybe you have it genetically, whatever, but to have the resources to get clear skin. Speaking of privilege, I think a lot about the way I present myself when I wear makeup versus the way that I don't. It's a no-brainer when I say that as a woman, as a young woman, you're treated nicer when you have makeup on, when you present feminine, or you know, just look pretty for the day or whatever. I'm not gonna get into pretty privilege. I think that is a conversation that can very quickly turn extremely vapid, and quite frankly, rarely do I ever see coherent or like useful takes on pretty privilege. 75% of the time, it's just conventionally attractive women being like, this is what I get from being pretty. Pretty privilege is real. Hey, guess what? We know that, idiot. But I've been utilizing makeup and the way that my face looks when I have makeup on as a shield, as a crutch. And I've been doing it for years, don't get me wrong. I don't put on makeup for myself. I don't shave, I don't wax for myself. I don't do any of that for myself. It's all, you know, due to societal standards and pressures. Let's not act like that's not the case. I go through phases where I feel so comfortable with my bare face. Granted, that is impacted by like how my skin is and blah, 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 blah. And I can go out bare face and it's genuinely fine, but I go through phases, and I'm in that phase right now where genuinely, if I'm out of the house without makeup on, I will kind of start to tweak. Like, I will feel like everyone's staring at me and they're like, that girl is so ugly, and I don't know what it is. I was going to say I'm not used to seeing my makeup-free face, but that's genuinely not true because I'm unemployed and I genuinely wear makeup maybe once every 10 days now. Anyway, it's not only wearing makeup, but I've noticed it is the fixation on having your makeup always look good. Like if you wear makeup you know what I'm talking about. If you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, whatever. I personally have smile lines, and when my makeup creases into my smile lines, what I want is for the earth to swallow me up. Like, I think I'm the ugliest person in the world. The second my makeup has creases into my smile lines, cut the cameras, cut the show, I'm done. If you put a phone towards me, if you take my picture, if you dare take my picture, I'm gonna kill you. I spend so much time, 20 minutes max, kind of like perfecting this like thing, this like piece of art onto my canvas, which is my face, just for like the sun to go in and mess up all my hard work. And then once again I freak out because I'm like, oh my god, like I look crazy, like I don't look like I did before, like I look ugly, like I look bad, I look disheveled, I look unkempt. Because there is nothing worse than, you know, not looking like an IG picture 24/7. The last thing that is in my skin, body, routine, whatever, but is absolutely so crucial, is applying this sexy girl before bed. This is Lavender Cloud by Frenchie. It smells. I spray it on my sheets too. It gets me in such a good zen, sleepy mood. That was maintenance day, babe. My armpits are waxed. There's no hair on my legs. My hair's done. My eyebrows are shaped and trimmed. The bush has been, I didn't have a bush, but the weeds have been whacked. I have clean, just freshly laundered clothes on. I smell like a mixture of this, but also suavite. I smell good. Ya tu sabes, you know what's going on. Without fail, I'm not kidding, every single time I finish maintenance day, I'm like, hello, like someone come get some, hello. Like I'm silky smooth, I smell good, my hair's done, I just took a shower. I'm in like a girly little set, not now, in the summer I have these like little, I have like a little girly little sets from Brain Melt. I feel, well, like a girl. Like I use a lip scrub in the shower. Why isn't someone in my bed right now? Damn! Like someone come eat me up. And then I get on TikTok, I go, and then I wake up, and then it's like the feeling never existed. I wake up the next day, it's totally fine. Okay, anyway, bye, get out, we're done. That was maintenance day, we're on maintenance week. That was kind of awful. I'm a girl again, a rich peak girl. Bye.